You must have heard about passive sentences. What are passive sentences? Look at these phrases. It is believed that, or it was reported that. Now, this is a type of passive sentence. The person who is doing the action is not known. We do not know who believes, who reports. What else do you notice about these phrases? You will notice that there is a form of the verb be, is and was. This is a form of the verb be. Do you know that the verb be has many forms? Let me tell you. Is, am, are, was, were, being, being. These are the different forms of the verb be. So in a passive, you will see some form of the verb be, as we see here, is and was. What else do you notice? There is this form of the verb be is a helping verb. Which is the main verb? Believe, report. This is in the past. So we know that in passive sentences, the verb is in the past. So two things to remember. One, that in a passive sentence, there is the form of the verb be as a helping verb, and there is the verb in the past. It is in the past tense. Let us look at this example. The glass was broken. Here, we do not know by whom it was broken. But the sentence is correct. We can have a sentence like this where we don't know who did the action, but the action was done. The glass was broken. So this is a passive sentence. And as we have seen, there is a form of the verb be and there is a past form, past participle we call it, broken. So we have many forms of the verb, as you know. So it starts from break, and then you have broke and broken, was broken. So we need to use the helping verb. Now, what is the action here? There is no action. Who does the action? We don't know. But we do know that something has happened. Is there a helping verb? Yes. Is the verb in the past? Yes. Even if we don't have any other part of the sentence, this sentence would be complete. But if the subject is known, then we can say he or she, whoever it is, broke the glass. Now this is it's an active sentence. And sometimes we can use one type of sentence and sometimes we can use another type of sentence. That is, sometimes a passive is appropriate and sometimes an active is appropriate. For example, if we take a sentence like, the thief was caught. This is a passive sentence. We do not know by whom, but at least we know that the thief was caught. If we have a sentence like, tea is grown in India. This sounds good if it is a passive. This is a passive sentence, tea is grown in India. This sounds better. We don't say tea grows in India so often, but we can say in a better way, use the passive and say tea is grown in India. Some sentences look better and sound better when they are in the active, and some sound better when they are in the passive. Now, when you write, you can use a variety of these active and passive sentences. Both are useful in their own way. When you know the subject or the agent, you can use an active. But when you want to say something a little indirectly, and you do not know the person who did it or how it happened, then you can use the passive. Or as in the case of the sentence, tea is grown in India, we can use a passive very easily, and that sounds better. So actives and passives are part of your range of sentences. In the exam, you are rewarded if you use a variety of different sentences. Not all sentences should be active and not all sentences should be passive. So sometimes, where necessary, you can use the passive.